In this example with the sinking fund, we're going to determine our monthly deposits and we're going to figure out how much interest we earned after the end of our term. So suppose you want to have $300,000 for retirement in 30 years. Your account earns 10% interest, which is phenomenal. Sign me up. How much would you need to deposit in the account each month? And how much interest will you earn? So let's begin with figuring out what our deposits are going to be. So here's our sinking fund formula. We know we want to have $300,000. That's our goal amount, our accumulated amount. We're going to do it in 30 years with 10% interest. So that's R. And then it's asking us how much would we need to deposit. So we know that D is the unknown. We want to figure out a deposit amount at the end of this. We're going to make our deposits each month. So that's telling us N. Let's go ahead and record all of those values. So now we know A, R, N, and T. So we'll plug them into our formula. Let's begin with the fraction 0.1 divided by 12. It appears twice, and we're going to write it out as many decimals as your calculator shows. And this one is a painful one. Okay, we've got those repeating threes. So 0.1 divided by 12 is 0.008333. Those threes go on to infinity. So as much as you can stand to write, that's what I encourage you to write down. Next, I'm going to take care of the parentheses, and I'm also going to go ahead and simplify my exponent, 12 times 30. So now that I have my parentheses finalized and my power 360, I'm going to go ahead and take that, crunch it out. Let's finish off the denominator. And now I'm just going to plug in my calculator 0.008333333 divided by 18.8373937. So that gives me 0.0004423 blah, blah, blah. I'm going to multiply that by 300,000. And here I am, I've arrived at my deposit amount, but this is money. So if someone says, hey, how much are you depositing or contributing each month? You wouldn't tell them $132.7147098. You would round to the nearest cent and you would say that I make a deposit of $132.71 each month. So now that we know what we're depositing each month, we can figure out how much interest we have. And the way we do that is first we figure out, well, what are our total deposits over the time that I'm saving, right? I'm doing this every month, so that's times 12. And I'm doing it for 30 years, so that's times 30. So I've got N and T. I need to multiply D, N, and T all together. And so that's going to give me $47,775 with 60 cents. This is the total amount I'm going to deposit. And if you think of that in comparison to 300,000, you might be surprised because we just said that at the end of this, we're ending up with $300,000. Well, I didn't even deposit 50,000. So what's going on here? What's going on is interest, baby. So the deposits plus interest, that's what's getting you to your $300,000. So I've got my 47,775 with 60 cents deposits, plus the interest that I earned, I'm calling that I, that's got to take me to 300,000. So let's subtract my deposits from each side. And that's going to give me I is equal to $252,224 with 40 cents. This is actually the interest that we earned.